Here we go.
Okay, well, we missed a 6 clubs doubled on the first board where north-south were missing.
I think it's 5. Give me 1 second.
5
Yeah, so David, it starts at 5, but you should be there at 4:45 so you can troubleshoot.
Thank you. I was there at 4:45.
I know.
I was there at 4:45.
Yeah, but something's wrong. We're hearing feedback from an earlier broadcast. What's going on here?
Yes.
What's going on here?
Yes, yep, I'm getting it all. 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 Yep, I'm getting it all.
Are we on? Are we
Yes,
on? Are we
yes.
on? No, I keep hearing the loop, the feedback.
I know, I'm just
Hearing
I gotta
feedback.
get the mutes. I gotta, hold on, 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 the mutes. There we go, guys. So sorry about that. Just bought a new computer.
So
Well, it
Larry,
was all David's fault. We missed 6 clubs doubled by north-south on the first board. They were missing 4 trumps, king, queen, jack, low. So on a good day, they would be 2-2. But this was a bad day. They were 4-0. The good news is they were on side for declarers. So he lost only 2 trump tricks down 1. And it's going to be a big pickup for the nickel team because they got lucky in a way at the other table when one of their side opened the bidding, and they might have reached the same slam, but Ralph's partner, Nick Nickel, misclicked. He passed as responder with an 11 count. And so now they limped into only games. So they're going to win a very big pickup for that, playing 5 clubs doubled.
okay, Larry, I like this. Jeff Hampson has opened a strong club. Now, I like to overcall as much as the next guy. Tell me what you think of 2 clubs with the north hand.
Well, that wouldn't be for me. And I've always thought that against a strong club system, and I think you agree, David, if you can preempt, that's very helpful. But an overcall doesn't really cause much trouble anyway. So I'd be afraid to do it with that north hand. My partner might take me seriously and take some ridiculous sacrifice. And it's not going to hurt them anyway.
As usual, well, it is going to hurt them in a funny way. 6 spades needs a lot of good things to happen. You need to play the ace, king of clubs to throw a couple of hearts away. And you need to play the king of diamonds. You need diamonds to split, maybe spades to split. You need a lot of handling. But now Hampson is going to know that his hand is not as good as it was when he picked it up because the clubs are not splitting. Okay. Greco has doubled. I don't know. Hampson's they're gonna get to 4. Hampson's gonna bid, Greco's gonna bid 4 clubs now. That will not make Hampson's hand any better.
Well, even with the terrible club split, is it possible 6 spades is still a make? Certainly a heart. I mean, a heart leads would.
So we'll lead the heart to the ace. They have to play a spade to the ace. Ace, king of clubs throwing 2 hearts.
And then the king of diamonds, which the defense would. Yeah, I don't think on this layout, a heart lead would kill.
Larry, the jack of spades comes down.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, I don't think so. It looks like a heart lead will beat it. I'm just there's a double dummy thing over there that you could click. It says whether a heart lead will beat it. At any rate, it's here. It says, there it is. He can only make 5. Meanwhile, if the opponents had been quiet, this would not have been the worst slam ever. And Hampson, would not have known that the clubs was he was tipped off here.
Right, slam without 6 spades without a heart lead is pretty good, although you still need some work.
I don't blame Greco for not trying because when you have the bad spades, you have to reel it in. Before you go slamming with your 8 count, and I admit he has a nice 8 count. He has control of both the opponent's suits, but I don't know, 4 little spades would slow me down. I think Greco judged well.
All right, so now let's set the scene here. This is the third set of 8. They're going to play 120 boards over 2 days. This is the finals of the team trials, and the winner will be going to Marrakesh in August to represent the United States, along with the Spectre team who qualified last year. This is for USA 2. And I think we got the 2 best teams in the final. Do you agree, David?
Well, the Rosenthal squad was certainly a good squad. And who did Nickel played Nickel beat them in a close match yesterday, and Fleischer also won a pretty close match, right?
Yeah, but these 2 teams, I mean, the Nickel team
Yeah,
has,
for
you know,
sure.
they've Greco Hampson and Levin Weinstein, who I think,
On paper, I would have, if I had to guess, I would pick these 2 teams to make it to the finals.
yeah.
But it wouldn't have surprised me if the Rosenthal squad made it. It wouldn't surprise me if the Leibowitz squad made it. Although if they ever would stop going for 1100 on every hand, that might help. And so there was a lot of talent in this field. Okay, so I don't know. Hampson just roughed he's going after clubs, not diamonds.
Well,
Well-
I don't think he's going to go after clubs. He saw the 2 club overcall.
Well,
He's only in 4 spades, so I
He's
don't.
gonna rough another club now, right? Because he's got the 9, 8, 7 of spades, so even if they over rough, he's probably okay. He's thinking about whether he could play the ace of spades first. I think more likely he's gonna rough a club. And you notice though, if he crosses in spades, he doesn't really have if the spades don't split, well, yeah, he's okay, right? To play ace, king, queen of spades, ace, king of clubs, yeah, he's okay.
So we're only going to show you one table of this match. I tried broadcasting a few days ago showing 2 tables, and I think it's too confusing for everyone. But we will keep an eye on the other room and tell you that they are in 6 spades on this deal, which will be more exciting than watching them play 4 spades. David, it was 6 spades. I'll give you a question. It was 6 spades by East at the other table. And I want to ask you, with no bidding by North-South, what you think South Ralph Katz might have led against that. West opened a club and East, and it showed spades, and they rammed themselves into 6 spades.
Well, if he didn't lead a heart, he's in trouble. I know the hands.
Well, he didn't lead a hard. I know David's one of the biggest. When David's on lead against a small slam, 6 of a trump suit,
Aggressively.
he has a king to lead from. I'd say 8 times out of 10. I mean, that you've really done well leading from kings, and it would certainly work well here. Well, anyway, the other table, Ralph Katz was on the lead and chose to underlead his ace of diamonds to dummy singleton king.
Oh my God. Can you imagine seeing that come down in dummy? You'd have a stroke.
A singleton king is not what you're hoping for when you underlead your ace.
I think they're gonna make it now.
Well, dummy wins the singleton king, and they would play ace, king, queen of spades.
Well,
Yeah,
they wouldn't,
so clear.
they'd start off in clubs.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll keep my eye on it. This is the way to lose the audience. Tell them that it's an exciting 6 spades at the other table. No one's even going to be listening to us now. Everyone just clicked over to the other table.
Well, they could rough a club and play the queen of diamonds.
So he ended up making making 6 at our table, but forgive us if we didn't dig into every little trick North must have thrown a club or something. Anyway, we don't care about over chicks. 14. Okay, so
Next hand, Brad Moss is playing
it's very
precision.
light, flat 11. Which
No,
we
but
would
they're precision white. So
Right.
this is a normal, they open almost all 10 counts. So this is a routine opening bid for them. So now it's going to diamond pass a heart. I think Hampson knows their style. You have to bid against these people. I hate to say it, and it's the worst bid I've ever made, but I would have doubled too, or bid a no.
how about a no trump?
A no trump is possible also.
Yeah, who needs stoppers?
This cannot, you cannot let them bid like this. It
No,
went
you
double,
can't let them steal.
redouble showed 3-card support. So while it sounds like north south has something, they could be 10 opposite 3. You never know what they have.
The East is probably going to bid a no trump now. I don't know. Diamond. Well, it's not like he loves his heart stopper though.
Well, he might bid a spade. He might pass and it'll go past 2 clubs. I don't, maybe Brad might double that. It looks like 2 clubs goes down a trick. So 4 clubs, a diamond, and a heart. But how could Brad double when his partner could have nothing? So anyway, Greco is passed. Is it possible that Gru will bid 2 hearts to keep the opponents out of clubs?
I think he should bid 2 hearts. He's got 8 trump, and you're going to compete to that level anyway. So why not make it tough on them?
Right.
And in case you care, 6 spades made 7 after the diamond under lead.
Oh,
I think if it was even some of my students who always look at this say, how should I bid 7? I think against 7 they would have led the ace.
well, I think I don't like Ralph's lead, but who am I? You know, as you said, I lead very aggressively against small slams. And I've certainly let any number make. Oh my goodness, Greco has bid 2 spades. So he's turned a plus into a minus.
3-3 fit.
Yeah, well, maybe that plays okay.
I don't think nobody's going to bid. They're going to end up in 2 spades.
Right. And what do you think they're gonna lead? The king of clubs or a heart? I think with 4 trump, you would lead a heart, right?
Yeah, try to tap them.
So let's see how many tricks he could take. 2 diamonds and 3 spades is 5, and a heart is 6, and a heart rough is 7. I think he's the same down one he would have been in 2 clubs.
Well, he can't take all those diamond tricks because South can throw diamonds.
Well, yeah, but then North is, I don't think North is gonna play ace of clubs in a club to give away the clubs. I don't see North doing that, but maybe he will.
So it'll be down whatever, a couple tricks. And what was going to happen to 2 hearts? Did I hear you say that wasn't making?
Hearts was
I
that
don't know.
one. They would take,
Why? Say 3 spades, a heart for 4.
well, they lead the
And-
king of diamonds, and there goes the entry to the clubs. King of spades, they look at dummy, they shift to the king of diamonds.
And then there's no way in time to get
No
there
way-
to
no
do
way to
anything.
get the dummy, and they'll probably
1, 2,
back
3,
the
4,
whole
5.
thing.
Right, right.
And they'll misguess the heart. So 2 hearts was down 2, 1 or 2. And this hand, Greco thinks maybe he's getting lucky. The ace king of clubs are on side, but I don't think they're going to be that lucky. If Greco himself plays another club, that will not be good.
Well, David, you and I always say how difficult it is to play 4-3 fits, but I think 3-3 fits
3-3
not.
are tougher. Maybe your next book should be on the art of playing a 3-3 fit.
Well, we do have to mention Burns' law, right? Every broadcaster mentions it when this happens, that It's a good idea to have more trumps than your opponents. Don't mix that up with the law of total tricks.
Wasn't there a hand the other day where somebody played a 3-3 club fit and 5 clubs?
Yeah, they were called for like a normal 660 and 3-0, 2 balanced hands, and
Oh,
played
they
in
were
a
called
3-3 club
for
fit.
everybody Michaels, and they were called for 1100 on that hand, if you knew how to do it. Okay. Brad has shifted to a trump. And I think what's the Clara gonna do? He's probably gonna sell a heart, rough a heart, and take a couple of diamond tricks. He's gonna be down one. 3 spades, a heart and a heart rough, and 2 diamonds, 7.
All right, well, since this isn't going to be too exciting, and I don't think we need to talk about trick by trick, why don't we, incidentally, they're in 2 hearts north-south at the other table. We can talk a little bit about the players here, who are definitely 2 of the top pairs in the country. So let's start with Moss and Grew north-south. Brad Moss played for many years, I'd say at least 10 to 15 years, with Fred Gittleman. They were one of the top pairs in the country. And then Fred retired from playing, and Brad's been playing with Joe Grew. What would you say, about at least 5 years, David? About 5 years?
Maybe a little more. They're very successful.
Okay, so they've been a long time regular partnership, always, on the top teams. And Greco and Hampson, ironically, you might notice Jeff and Eric, but not Jeff and Eric Maxtroth and Rodwell. Jeff and Eric Greco and Hampson have been a long time partnership. I'd guess 25 years. Does that sound about right? 20 years.
20.
One of the top pairs, always very successful. They play a strong club system.
Well, Brad Moss comes from a very successful family of bridge players. His mother, his father, his brother, everybody. All the Mosses play bridge, and they almost all play great.
Kind of like your family.
I can't. By the way, you mentioned Freddie Gittleman. He's in retirement, and I know that you're in retirement. So you and Freddie are like simpatico. Now, I have a question to ask you. I do not know the answer to this. Maybe my daughter does, but I don't. My daughter is scheduled to play in the mixed teams with Shari Weinstock, who was Freddie's significant other, and Brad Moss. Do you think that if Brad Moss becomes USA 2 here, that Shari can get Fred out of retirement to play in the mix?
Well, first of all, I'm glad you finished that thought without getting yourself in trouble, because I was worried the way you were starting to explain it, that something was going to come out of your mouth, as often does, that shouldn't. But now that you completed, I was good. It was a valid thought, but you started talking about who plays with who and significant others, and I thought for sure you were going to perjure yourself. So if Brad wins here, he has to drop off that team, right?
Correct. The team is Adam Kaplan and Dana and some other people.
So they will need to replace him. And you're wondering if Fred would come out of retirement.
Yeah, would you if you were Fred?
Well, that's hard to say, but aren't I in the same situation for the seniors? Do you want to tell them that?
Thinking of playing in the seniors, so we'll keep it that way.
Well, there's a team that might see anyone who qualifies. See, whoever wins this match is going to play in the Open. It ended up down 2. So they can't now play in the mixed or the seniors if they were going to. And therefore, a lot of planned teams are going to need substitutes. So people like me could be a substitute for people like Fred Gittleman. All right, East-West look to have, what do you think about 6 hearts here with the 4-1 break? Other than that, 6 hearts.
I think Hampson is facing a 14 to 16 no trump. They're white. He usually has they usually have a little less. 6 is awful.
It's no good anyway. You're a trick short and you don't want to be in 6 anyway, right?
I think Hampson will just bid 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, 3 now.
I agree. And yeah, even with 3-2 hearts, you're a trick short
And
because the
then
discard's no good.
question, I know this is a bid that you like to teach some of your students, is if you played a 14 to 16 no trump and your partner bid 3 no now, do you think you're enough for 4 clubs? Which would be a Q bid for hearts.
Right. So your partner's just giving you a choice of games. And it's very rare you would overrule him and actually try for a slam.
Not
I
over,
don't.
you
No,
just-
well, I don't think there's such a hand, David. If I couldn't pre-accept, in other words, 1 no 2 diamonds.
wait a second, what if you had like ace, king, 5th of clubs? The ace of spades and king, queen, 3rd of hearts.
But you think there's a hand that couldn't pre-accept and now can make a move? I don't know.
Yeah, well, here's what I think. I think there are, in your case, because you and I had a rule, which was never, ever, ever do we pre-accept with 3. Okay? So we could have, let's say you had king, jack, ace 3rd, king, jack 3rd, or ace 3rd, king, queen 3rd, 2 little and ace, king 5th.
I would I wouldn't open a no trump.
All
That's
right,
too good.
so-
But I know what you're saying. Yeah, so if you're gonna bid 4 hearts and you somehow all of a sudden have slam interest, you could give your partner 4 clubs or 4 diamonds on the just on the off chance that he has a little extra.
Free bid, it doesn't
Yeah.
hurt.
Well, it gives away a little information on the lead, but yeah, so occasionally you'll see that auction, 1 no transfer, whatever, 3 no, and then you bid like 4 clubs saying I have a really, really outstanding 4 of a major bid and could back into a slam that way.
And some people play interesting methods that they could show a hand that partner has to bid 4 hearts with 3 or doesn't, gives them a choice. But Hampson and Greco just went simple and they bid to the normal contract and they made only 4.
And tricks. Yeah, because the hearts were 4-1.
Yeah.
And you're happy when you stop in 4 and they're 4-1, just in case the other table gets to 5, exploring.
Now at the
First
other table, they're playing probably 15 to 17 no trump, so there is a chance that they could get higher.
Okay, so 1 diamond bid could be short. I guess they don't play weak jump shift responses because for me, if you're playing weak jump shift responses, that north hand would be 2 spades because the weak jump shift response is like really weak. It's like a lot of garbage.
So basically, most precision pairs play what Eric Rodwell was taught by a friend of his called judo, which is the 2 hearts and 2 spades show are like reverse Flannery hands. So they never miss their heart fit.
So here, certainly 1 spade, and if you were taught you need 6 points to respond, when you're white on red, you kind of have a license to steal. You just can respond with a lot of bad hands.
Really out there. But he's got 9 trump, right?
Yeah, that was fine to bid 2 spades, knowing he had 9 trump. The opponents have brushed him off and reached 3 no, which let's see, they lead. Well, even they can set up their spades, but even
Can't get in.
yeah, now the clubs don't run, but North can't get
Give up a
in.
club. He'll just give up a club.
Right, North can't ever get in. Is there any way to set this then, like say with a heart shift? Heart, I don't think so.
There's Jack 10 of hearts are too strong.
I mean, South can see 4 tricks. He can see 2 spades, a heart, and a club. But
Yeah.
I don't see any.
So is this like one of where there's 4, there's 5, where there's 8, there's 9, 3, 9?
Yeah, I don't see anything he can do. I mean, dummies. What if he plays though 3 rounds of spades? The dummy.
He's played ace of spades, 8 of spades. He's playing his partner for the jack of spades. That's a crafty play, but
No, he's not. No, he's gonna. But what's dummy gonna throw on these? Dummy's gonna throw a heart and a diamond, right?
yes.
And now he can set it,
Clubs.
right? He's gonna squeeze the dummy here. Now, probably if we click on double dummy, it'll say dummy. It can make if dummy threw. See if dummy doesn't throw, but
Larry,
what?
he's declares going to play 4 rounds of clubs. South is gonna win, it's gonna have to play something. Whatever he plays,
Well, what's he gonna throw from dummy now? A diamond? Well, I mean, it says he can make it, but he's gonna throw a dime.
he's for sure gonna throw a diamond.
Okay, and then when he plays club, 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 club. And
You're right.
declare exits in diamonds,
And
the
South.
player would have to win the ace, right? And leave the jack of hearts.
Hearts, well, that's.
Yeah, okay.
We
Ooh,
threw a heart.
well, now he's no good.
He's no good, he can't,
He's not gonna play a diamond now,
he has to play a diamond right now to make this hand.
and he won't. He's gonna play, why did he throw a heart, do you think?
That was not a good play.
And in case you're thinking it's a VUGRAPH monitor error, no, they're clicking on their tablets, so that's what he played. So why would he throw a heart? I mean, if clubs run, he has 9 tricks. But if clubs don't run, he
He's
needed to
got
keep that
5
heart. So
diamond
doesn't that seem strange to you?
How can he take 5 diamond tricks? He can't take 5 diamond tricks unless he plays a diamond to the jack.
Yeah, but and he's not going to.
There's no
So
chance.
that was just, I hate to say it, but I think that was just an outright mistake, and you don't normally see that from a player this level. Am I missing something?
No, I'm shocked. I said he would throw a diamond from dummy.
Because that way, when clubs don't split, he'd still be okay with the way we said to cross and play the jack of hearts. But now he's just
The
down.
only thing that can help him if his Morse throws a diamond.
Or a heart, or another heart, but Moss is gonna throw a spade now on the queen of clubs.
Yeah, that's easy.
Well, wait a minute, can he play the king of hearts now? What would happen if he, well, no, that's no good.
North has the
Then they
queen.
run the spades. No, then they run the spades. So that's no good.
I'm afraid to say that this is quite a poor performance.
Might he play the king of hearts now? Because his only chance that South has the ace queen of hearts at this point. I think that's his only legitimate chance now. So you might see him play the king of hearts and go down a lot.
He might be wondering what the heck he did on this hand. Are they in 3-0 at the other table also?
No, they just started it. They played in, no, so he's not even trying. Well, does he have any legitimate chance by doing this? He's going to give up a club. He knows spades are 6-3. So he knows South's going to win this. I guess he's just has to give up. He's going to go down several, isn't he?
I'd say he did not play this. This will not go into Jeff Hampson's greatest hits album.
Now, David, you've played some matches on tablets. I'd have to think that you're going to make more mistakes clicking on your computer screen than you would with cards in your hand. What do you think?
Well, the screens are pretty big. I have played like 3 or 4 of these already, and I don't remember a lot of problems.
But I'm not talking about misclicks. I'm talking about misbrain, like just not thinking
I
properly.
understand what you're saying, but how often do you see people pull the wrong bidding box cards out of their boxes?
Yeah, but I'm just saying the overall level of bridge play, I just don't think these players can play as well. They've played tens of thousands of deals with cards, and they feel it, they're used to it. That's been their life. And now you're playing on tablets, and I just think you're going to make more mistakes, not just mechanical mistakes, but like if those hearts and diamonds were actually sitting in the dummy, maybe Hampson wouldn't have like bared the king of hearts in the dummy because it would have just looked weird.
I think he's
I'm trying to make an excuse for him.
yeah, well, he's a
I
great
mean-
player that we don't need to make excuses for him.
Yeah, I mean, these are 4 of the best, obviously 4 of the best players in the country, and you just don't expect to see something like
Not in
that.
the country, in the world. There's very That was very bad.
All right, so they did not reach 3-0 at the other table. They're defending 3 spades by north-south, so.
Oh my God, so that's it. Usually when you go down in a game that you should have made, it's 12 imps. This time it's like 20 imps or something. Because the opponents weren't in the game. How they
And so let's explain this 2-diamond opening in the precision system. This means about 11 to 15 points and short diamonds and sort of 3-suited. You're, roughly 4-4-1-4 within a card, but no 5-card major.
only
So
five.
this is not my favorite time to open 2 diamonds. I'm sure you'd agree, David, because there's a lot of flaws. You have the 4 points in your singleton and a 3 little suit, but what can you do? It's a
If you
system
open
bid.
a diamond and your partner bids a spade, what are you gonna do then?
Well, yeah, you have to do
You have to
the
do it.
precision. Yeah,
So
it's
3
just,
has shown 3, 4. I'm thinking it's on there. 3, 4, 1, 5 with the maximum.
right. I think that's how you and I played it. So that said, I don't think East is going to look for slam. They're just going to wind up in 4 hearts. If they,
They probably
Right.
play the same thing we played, which will be
Right.
4 diamonds, asks partner to bid 4 hearts, and then you bid 4 spades to say, I want to play it.
no, you bid 4 diamonds and your partner bids 4 hearts and you pass it.
Oh, and you pass it, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, another something invented by Eric Rodwell, so that you can blackwood in any suit, you can invite in any suit, or you can get out in any suit. You bid 4 diamonds as a stop, and your partner bids 4 hearts, and he has to pass whatever you do, or you pass. Mike Greco think he has a good enough hand to bid 4 clubs as a mild slam try, and over 4 diamonds bid 4 hearts. Let's see. If if the ace of diamonds was the queen of hearts, slam is so-so. But if the ace of
Just so
diamonds,
much handling. You only have 8 trump.
I agree with you. Those 4 forfeits are treacherous. So Greco is deciding which way to go. He has his choices. As far if he plays the same thing, so 4 diamonds is a stop. It says, partner, you bid 4 hearts, and I'm going to tell you where we belong. I hope. Please toggle over that.
Now, what did Rodwell call that? It's a beautiful invention, but I'm not going to be teaching it in my next lesson.
Robert,
3-suit something, or I forgot what he calls it, but it was beautiful. It was
he-
something even I agreed to play it, and I don't agree to play anything because I am afraid I'll have memory issues. So, by the way, even 4 hearts here hasn't made yet. Look at these splits. I mean, look at everything's wrong. Hearts are 4-1,
look at
clubs are 5-1. Everything's bad.
Hampson just went down in a game he should have made, and now he's got to play another. This looks easy, but it ain't.
Tracy, can you click on the DDS for us there? Let's see what it says. We'll cheat. So it can make exactly, but that doesn't mean it will. It means it can.
Well, he's probably going to play a club to his hand.
He might lay down the king of clubs now, which will.
It says he still makes it.
So
Ooh.
the green equal signs for anyone who doesn't know, that's whoops. See, then now a red 1 on the card means looking at all 4 hands, it's going to go down now. Or it should go down now. He's playing rather quickly.
Well, he thinks clubs might split.
Yeah, he's probably okay as long as clubs split, but this is really ugly now.
Poor Hampson, he's going to be reeling after this hand. Now to cut his losses, he has to cash the ace of diamonds. And it's very easy to defend against this because the Clara's told you what he has.
Yeah, that's the thing when you play this precision two diamonds and you've told your exact shape, you always hope you end up the dummy. When you end up declarer, they know
It's-
everything,
Any relay system is like that.
right? They don't even have to give count signals. Right, so is he gonna overruff and draw another trump and get
Yeah.
out with the queen of spades? And it's
Oh,
very
he
easy.
get out with the diamond. He knows the Clara has one diamond. Why would he get out with the queen of
Yeah,
spades?
right, in case the, right, he knows the stiff diamond. So one of the hardest things to do, I'm gonna talk psychology here as opposed to bridge, is, Jeff Hampson just went down in 2 games he could have made. Now, this one, it's not clear he did anything wrong. I'd have to think about it. But when that happens to most players, they go, especially if their partner yells at them, they only play worse. And you really have to somehow shake it off. I mean, maybe get up, get a drink of water, or just
I-
take you have to shake it off, or you're gonna just keep making more mistakes.
As I
It's tough.
remember, I think Greco is very calm at the table.
Well, Greco is east. Hampson's can
Hampson's
run
going
hot and
down, so
cold.
Greco will be calm.
Yeah, well, they're in different rooms anyway on tablets, but I'm just saying you gotta somehow refocus. It's like in golf, you hit a few bad shots, you hit one in the water or at a bench, you have to focus. And it's not easy. It's very easy to say it. It's very hard to do it.
Not only that, he's reeling and he picks up this strong two bid. And the opponents are gonna go a hard pass 2 hearts to him.
So 1 heart past 2 hearts, and the question is 3 hearts Michael's, or is it asking for a stopper?
Okay, a lot of the new people play 3 hearts as weaker Michaels. And 4 diamonds is diamonds and spades game forcing, which he certainly has. But is there some case to be made for double? I mean, can you imagine showing diamonds and spades and being cold for 6 clubs?
I'd be afraid to double because I don't really know. Would I be happy if partner left it in?
Your partner has jack 7 clubs and out. Would I be happy if partner left it in? I have ace, 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 king, queen. I would take my chance.
Remarkably, these East-West cards are incredibly similar to the board we missed. The first board of this session was a slam with this exact holding, ace 10, 8, 5th opposite 4 to the 9, and slam was on 2-2 trump.
Same thing.
And they broke 4-0. Now here slam 6 spades is sort of on 2-2 trump.
Not exactly, Larry, because you need 3-2 diamonds in it, maybe. If trump's at 2-2, you lose a spade, you have to rough 1 club and 1 diamond. So you
It's a
need
little worse than 2-2 spades.
with 3 diamonds also. I'm just but you could get the queen jack doubleton of clubs. I mean, what can I say? A lot of
We've been in worse slams.
slam is so good.
All right, so 1 or 2 hearts. We'll see what they play. I don't think I like double, but if he does double, I think North will bid 3 hearts.
I'm gonna go for 4 diamonds, which is so-called leaping Michaels, showing spades and diamonds and a good hand. Nope, 3 hearts. They might play something else.
Well, he's certainly going to bid again. I don't think he's going to pass his partner's 3 spades. He has game opposite nothing, so he's going to bid again.
Will he try for slam? Will he try 4 hearts?
He might.
Well, I don't know. I think if he was gonna make 4 hearts, his partner would have bid 4. If he had a slam, wouldn't his partner bid 4 spades now?
Well, if it's a jack 5th of spades and out, he has play. But
Yeah.
notice how North did not double 3 hearts. This is a common mistake I see among inexperienced players. It goes 3 hearts and they look at their hand and say, ha ha ha, ace king queen, I double you. But we don't do that because they're not going to play in 3 hearts. And when you double, you give them extra room. You allow the next player to pass if he wants to, and there's no need for that. In fact, most experts, because you would never double, they play double as something special. It means partner, don't lead hearts. I know I bid them, but I have the ace king as something else maybe.
Okay, Greco has gone low, which will keep him safe.
So you think he's gonna bid only 4 spades?
I don't know. I think if my pawn only bid 3 spades, I think I would only bid 4 spades. But if he bids 4 hearts, Greco's gonna like his hand. Yeah,
Yeah, you made a move.
yeah, well, the king of clubs is probably a provably good value, but not if partner is 6-6.
And that's gotta be forcing. You
I
can't
think
all of a sudden stop in 4 diamonds on an auction like this.
Greco's gonna bid 4 hearts like maybe last train. Wouldn't you do that?
Well, he has a 4th trump when he might have, he could have had 2 little trump, right? What would you bid with 2 little, 5 little, 5 little
So I
singleton,
think he's worth a slam try.
right? I mean, four trumps.
I mean, I do have 6th round control.
Yeah, he might be worth one tiny move. He's got a singleton. He's got a probably wasted king.
No, it's
He-
not wasted. His pawn has to have some clubs. His pawn has no hearts.
Well, like you said, though, 6-6.
Or 5-7.
Yeah.
I think he'll bid 4 hearts and Hampson will bid 4 spades. Is my way of thinking about it. Meanwhile, what's going on the early boards? Anything?
Oh, well, they're gonna go down also in the 4 hearts with the 4-1 break. They played it, started it kind of the same way, so I think they're gonna
So
also
now
go
when
down.
4 hearts pass, and I think Hampson has done enough. But you never know.
So I've been reading the comments, guys, and Larry, somebody wants you to write a book on 3-3, they'd buy it on the fence.
See that? I get a commission.
And then you guys might want to tell the audience about the setups and how the people are playing in different rooms. Some of the commentator or people making comments are talking about at least Jeff didn't have to hear Eric screaming at him since they're not in the same room.
Sure, I'll talk about that, but I do want to mention that in my favorite 52, there's a hand David and I played in a 6-card fit. Do you remember that, David? We
Yeah.
played in a 4-2, intentionally bid. Alfred Scheinwald was kibitzing and wrote it up in his column. So yeah, I do have a 6-card fit in my favorite 52. We played in 4 of a major and a 4-2 intentionally. Anyway, yeah, these is played on tablets, and Brad Moss and Eric Greco, North and East, are sitting in a little conference room in the hotel with a laptop. They can talk to each other if they want. They can explain their bids, and Hampson and Grew are in a separate room. So yes.
If you look at the brown grid in the middle, there's a diagonal line running across.
Yeah, that's where
That
they
tells you
are.
which people are on the same table.
Yeah, North and East are always together. When there were screens, it was the same way. So I don't know why it said Eric Greco called the director. I'm not sure why, but the auction went exactly as David predicted. I know he loves when that happens.
Well, Greco hasn't passed yet.
Yeah, he will. He's only worth the one try. So yeah, they're with tablets in separate rooms, and it's a very strange way to play bridge. There are pros and cons to doing this. If you read bridgewinners.com, Tracy, I don't know if you could put that on the screen in a chat or something. Bridgewinners.com. There every month a big debate rages with angry people swearing that tablets are the right way to play top level bridge, and an equal number screaming that it's meant to be played face to face with real cards. And it's very interesting to read those debates.
Well,
I
it
fall
is
some-
harder
yeah.
to.
Our commentators said that they bet the Jeff and Joe room is having more fun than the Brad and Eric room.
Jeff and Joe, Brad and Eric. Well, Eric's of these players, Eric's very serious. Brad can have some fun, but can also, be intense. Joe's of these, yeah, Joe and Jeff can be a lot of fun, both of them. I've played golf with both of them, and they're both a lot of fun to play golf with. I agree. Okay, so they did stop. Joe has led the top of his sequence, and this hand will go very quickly.
Well,
Oh,
Hampson is probably delighted to see that lead. Well, Greco is anyway.
Well, both of them are, that they stopped. That doesn't look like a
Unlikely
singleton
they
king.
lead from King, Queen, double then.
Not likely, right? Yeah, so this just goes very quickly, 11 tricks. Now, do you want to be in a slam on a 2-2 trump break and a little more? No, it's, I mean, a 2-2 breaks a little less than 50% anyway.
By the way, have you noticed the breaks have not been very kind this set?
Right. Yeah, there's been some very bad split.
3-0. Did 3-0 make it the other table with ace, king, queen, 10? Oh, they weren't in it. They were.
No, they played a spade part score the other way, and now they're going down in 4
Oh.
hearts with the bad breaks, it looks like.
Hard to believe that they didn't get to 3-0 with ace, king, queen, 10, 9, 6 opposite of clubs opposite too little. But that's the way it is.
Another strong club. Although South, yeah, another strong club. David, when we play, David and I play a strong club system. If we could open one club on every deal, I mean, that would be heaven. I mean, when you play a strong club system and you get a lot of strong club hands, you're going to do well.
You might say that, but the real advantage of a strong club system is when you open one of a major and you limit your hand to 11 to 15 or 10 to 15.
That's a big advantage too. So much for the strong club. I don't know. I mean,
To
2-0.
limit your hand to 10 to 15, when everyone else opens the bidding one spade, they have 10 to 21. So your bidding is much better on your majors. I actually, you know, when they open a club, when you open a club and it goes 3 spades, it's not fun.
Right. If you could open a strong club and they don't preempt you, I'd be happy. So he opened 2-0, which is very, how many flaws? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. There's a lot of flaws, I'd say. I would, having a strong, I guess he's vol against not, so he figured if he opens a club, he's likely to get preempted. So I don't know.
I think he's going to get himself to 4 spades. It's going to go 3 clubs. I think it's regular Stayman. Some people, oh, I bet you 3-0 shows 4-5 in the majors. Greco will bid 4 hearts and
It showed 4-4 in the majors.
4-4.
They don't have a system bid to show 5-5, 5-4 in the majors. I think that's prudent to not have a bid to show that.
The 4 hearts must be a transfer to 4 spades.
So 4 hearts did go down with the bad break. I think it might have only gone down 1.
So here's another hand. Everything, the diamond finesse is wrong. The hearts are 5-2. The spades are 4-1. The only thing you do is have 29 high card points, so you should probably manage to make it.
You know, both finesses are wrong. So the king is, you know, slam is sort of on 2 out of 2 finesses, spade finesse and the diamond finesse. That's 25% for slam, more or less.
Well, he's going to get a club lead. What do you think South's going to play on a club lead? Huh? Cancel that thought. I don't think I would have let a heart in to declare his 4-card suit. What do you think, Larry?
Let's see. He knows declare has 4-4. He knows his partner. Yeah, that does seem a little help. I mean, yeah, dummy could have a singleton little heart and you're helping declare. It seems like I guess he didn't want to lead from a jack or a king. If he led a low club, you think Gru would have figured out to play the ace? Maybe. Now, if he plays a club from dummy, I don't know what he's going to play from dummy. I could make a case for all 3 suits.
I think he's, you know, you always say get your side suit set up, maybe a diamond to the queen. No, club.
I mean, it's imps. He could have just played ace and a spade.
Well, I don't see how Groove's going to figure out to play the ace of clubs.
He can, he knows declare as the ace king. If he thinks declare is the ace king of hearts, although he can trump this the second one.
Or more.
He knows the clubs are going away from dummy, but he knows he can trump one of them.
So you guys, we're gonna have a pretty big swing in the other room. They're playing 4 spades redoubled.
I see that now. 1 heart, 2 hearts, the same. This is the hand with where Greco and Hampson carefully stopped in 4 spades with the king, queen, jack missing. And Martel and Fleischer stopped in 4 spades, but Ralph Katz with the king, queen, jack of spades and a partner who opened the bidding doubled 4 spades and Fleischer redoubled. So it's going to be 4 spades redoubled, making 5 for Martel and Fleischer. That's the Fleischer team.
Do you know how much that is offhand?
4
Think it-
spades redoubled white.
12.
I think it's 880, 1080, I'm guessing, but it's been a while. I'll say 1080.
Yeah.
And someone can look it up, I bet.
Yes, sir. So meanwhile, Hampson is zipping along here. He's lost 1 trick.
Is he in any danger here when he loses the diamond? I mean, he can't be enjoying this at this point. There's still a trump out. If he finesses the diamond and a club comes through,
Well,
it's
he
going to
can
get rather awkward, isn't it?
go off a club and start playing hearts.
Well, this is his 4th trick. The ace of spades would be 5. Diamond would be 6 and 3 hearts is 9. But North threw a heart away, so the hearts are. So doesn't he have 10 top tricks now?
I think he's okay.
Yeah, I can't say I'm blaming North for throwing a heart. He wouldn't expect to clear out 5 of them. But now that North threw a heart, he's got, oh, but he didn't draw the last trump. Smooth duck on the diamond to the queen. That's interesting.
So now, oh, well, he's just gonna,
Yeah, but if he plays a spade to the ace and repeats the diamond finesse greedily,
so he's gonna play his.
he's going to go down.
Yeah,
If he plays a spade to the ace and greedily repeats the diamond finesse for the extra over trick, he'll go down. So 4 spades redoubled, made the obvious 11 tricks. Let's see, is it 1080? I could have looked it up.
don't you have 5,000 bidding boxes in your house? They're only-
1080. All right, 1080.
Do you remember once we were playing in some regional somewhere, and it went a club double, redouble, all pass. We were in one strong club double, redouble, all pass, and you made 6, and one nice person turned to the other and said, "Don't worry, that's not game."
That's funny. Those over tricks are expensive.
It was like about 2,000.
So what's happening here? This is a strange time to be in a delay of game. You would think declarer is going to draw the last trump, and he can claim 11 tricks or greedily try for the 12th.
He now knows all his hearts are good.
I don't think he's going to finesse this. No, I mean, you know, a good player could duck the queen offside.
But that was a very good try for Brad. Very nice play. Ooh.
All right, so this is a north-south spade game, it looks like, with the obligatory 4-1 break, the theme of our set.
And both the hearts were on.
Mhm.
But
But you can't, I don't think 4 spades is much of a problem, is it?
well, let's say 10 of hearts, jack, queen, and a diamond shift. What are your 10 winners?
Yeah, clubs don't break, of course. Yeah, it's could be a bit of a slog, huh? Well, it's probably going to be played from the north side, right? I mean, most people would respond to spade with that.
Yeah, it's gonna
And
go,
then east is going to come in.
yes, East is gonna do something. He's either gonna double or bid two now, I guess.
South will raise spades and north will bid four spades.
And East will lead a diamond. And there you have it.
And at least you're tipped off from the auction, though.
Right, okay, they bid two clubs showing the reds.
It's important to discuss such a bid with your partner because a lot of people would play that as natural.
So now, exactly what 10 tricks are you proposing to take? Four spades in your hand.
Well, I don't count 10 tricks. I count what I'm going to lose. I can't count 10 tricks.
I think you have three heart losers. But one of them goes on the club, I guess. The three you have, in theory, three heart losers. And you have to handle everything else. Can you do it? Can you set up?
It looks like a very slow, tortuous, complicated deal. Now that I think about it,
It's murder.
they don't get the 10 of hearts lead through, but he's playing a bit double dummy in that.
Yes, so
Should we click on the alert? What did it did it promise 5-5, Tracy? Michael's hearts and diamonds. Okay. So vulnerable, he's going to expect something like,
a double dummy thing. You can find out if you can make it.
let's click double dummy. I'm going to guess yes, double dummy.
Yeah,
Tracy, can you click DDS for us?
she did.
She did? Oh, equals. Okay, so looking at all four hands, 10 tricks. But of course, what we think declarer is sort of looking at all four hands.
By the way, would you be upset if we lost some of our audience to the Celtics and Sixers going into overtime?
I was taping that.
No, well, they're going into overtime.
Ah,
I know you're not
David, you can't do that.
David, you can't do
People-
that. Are you going to give
people
the
are
baseball
watching
scores
bridge.
too?
Yeah,
Right, you can't.
please.
People are recording these games. You can't tell them that.
Nobody is nobody is you.
What do you
Larry,
mean
should I
me? You're
mute
the
him?
worst recorder ever.
I'm recording everything, but I'm watching this one.
I should give you the baseball scores for that.
Okay, 10-6, 6-2, 5-7, 8-3, and 4-2. Those were the baseball scores. Oh, wait, maybe I missed a few. There was 3-2, and there was 11-10, and there was 14-12. Would you like the football scores now? All right, he's played the queen of spades and dropped the 9, which is a good start.
Not quite sure what his plan is here. I guess he's going to ruff a diamond, repeat the spade finesse, but he can't expect the clubs to run. Is that enough tricks? 4 spades in hand. A diamond is 5, a ruff is 6, and 3 club tricks is 9.
It says he's on the right path. He's got to lead a club to his hand. And maybe ruff another spade, ruff another diamond, I think,
Yeah, he knows those clubs are going to live.
at the end.
Right, and then he'll sit back with the ace jack of spades. Right, so he's playing it sort of double dummy. He knows he's playing for spades 4-1. Well, he knows they are, and he knows the clubs are going to cash. So that was well done by Brad Moss. It's
Very nice.
that's the downside. You show a 2-suiter. Sometimes you get to a
Yeah.
good contract, but sometimes you give them a roadmap.
So would you show a 2-suiter or would you overcall?
Yes,
the pawn?
yes, I would.
So you got to do what you got to do. But very nicely played by Brad. He even led the queen of spades from dummy because he thought there might be king 9 4th on his right. Oh boy, another good one.
These deals have been interesting.
It's gonna go a heart by Hampson and Brad's gonna say, excuse me, what color cards are you playing with? It's gonna go a heart, pass a no trump, and Brad's gonna be sitting there salivating And Joe
Well,
with 3 spades in his face. Now, actually, Brad has a pretty good hand to that.
well, I think 2 spades, only 2 spades.
But
West
well,
is gonna bid 3 clubs now. Don't forget he's limited, so he's certainly worth 3 clubs.
is North gonna bid
And-
4 clubs or just 4 spades?
Oh, I can't imagine he bids only four. I imagine he's gonna do much more. I would brush off the fact that Greco and Hampson opened and responded just means that they're still breathing. It didn't show anything.
It did,
So-
you have 13 cards in each hand.
Yeah, well, hearts are, I mean, it's sort of weird, hearts aren't breaking, but your hearts are so good that you can, if your partner is like this hand, good spades, how bad can slam be?
So
No.
is he gonna bid 3 hearts or 4 clubs?
At something big. How about 5 clubs exclusion? If that would be too big, I guess.
Well, the problem is, there's got to be more than normal chance that the opening lead gets roughed.
Mhm.
I mean, that's a problem, right? You
Oh,
could
yeah.
easily see the opening heart lead getting roughed on this hand, couldn't you?
Yep.
You need your pawn that a bit 4 hearts, which he might. And Hampson, if he leads the king of clubs, he will not be happy with that. And who could blame him for leading a high club?
Probably make 7 after the king of clubs lead, right?
Yeah, unless the declarer just plays the ace of spades trying to make 6, and then he's gonna have trouble. It's gonna have a little bit of trouble, but not much. This is another hand where they might try to drop the stiff king of spades offside. Oh, Grew only bid 4 spades. You think Morse is gonna bid again?
Maybe. But what does he need?
He needs,
Ace, king, fifth of spades gives you play.
yeah, I think he's gonna bid 5 clubs. And force Grew to bid 5 hearts.
Well, not even looking at the east-west hands, just looking at the bidding, wouldn't you want to be in 6 spades north-south?
For sure, but I
Although,
wanna be in 6 spades doubled.
oh,
he
wow,
He did 6 spades, he took a chance.
that's what we call a slam try. You bid it and try to make it.
Isn't that a Canadian slam try? Hampson's from Canada. I think maybe he's been warned off a high club lead, but he might lead the king of diamonds now.
Yeah, on the king of diamonds lead, it's a little messy, isn't it?
How's the declarer gonna play it? He might play the ace of spades and go down. Playing to play the ace of spades and then the ace king of hearts, but he's not down yet. When it goes ace of spades show out, he can play a heart to the jack, and now he has an extra winner. That's what he's gonna have to do. He's gonna play the ace of spades, don't you think? Getting ready.
Well, I don't know if he's gonna. It's not clear, right? I mean, he knows West has probably 5-5, and now maybe it almost looks like spades are 3-0 with this king of diamonds lead, right?
Basically plays the ace of spades.
I think you're right. Now we'll play a heart to the jack. Ace of hearts, they have to rough low, he over roughs, goes to dummy and plays. I think he's okay, or I think he can survive the ace of spades.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think that's what he's gonna play. And then he's gonna play a heart to the jack and survive. I'd be surprised if he took a finesse here.
Oh,
Oh,
there you go.
surprise.
Well, if he was gonna finesse, maybe he should have let the 9 of spades to stay in dummy, no?
Yeah, now what's he gonna do? Oh, I'd be scared to
But
death.
hearts is 6. Yeah, hearts could have been 6-1, right?
If he's gonna take the finesse, I think he should have played the ace of spades first. But what am I thinking of?
There's one thing I'm sure of, he's playing this more quickly than I would have.
Well, this is one way of drawing trump. Let me go back. Ace of spades I play a heart to the 10, ace of hearts, they rough, I over rough. Now I rough a club and play another high heart. Am I a trick short?
I
They-
don't think so.
And now I have 2 entries to set up the hearts?
You could always do double roughing club finesse if you had to, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you'd be okay.
I'm going on record as
Don't
saying,
cover, don't cover, don't cover. He's not gonna let this run. Well, he thought about it, so
does it matter?
I don't know. He wasn't gonna let it run, was he? Rough it, ace of
Oh,
hearts.
it may matter. Ace of hearts, rough a heart, the hearts
Well,
are,
now he's fine, now he's fine.
I don't think that was a good play. The bridge is deteriorating before my eyes.
Well, you think he was gonna not run the queen of clubs, or he was gonna run the queen of clubs? It takes a while to figure this all out.
I think he was gonna run it. I mean, he knew the guy had king, queen, queen. He wouldn't cover with the ace, so he must have ace, king. The other one had a 3 count. Very tricky. Well, Greco's not roughing this. He's gonna end up making it on roughing finesse and clubs. Thank you for the 10 of clubs, partner. You know, I think Gru played this a little screwy, but. What? He just
That's
gave.
okay. That's okay.
What do you mean that's okay? Oh, that's okay, right? He's got the king of spades over there. Yeah, I'm sorry. He's okay. Now he doesn't need the next roughing finesse?
Well, now if they play a club, he can just rough it and dummy and run hearts.
But
And
if they
if the
play a
guy
heart-
roughs, he over roughs.
If they play a heart roughing out his winner, yeah, he's okay.
Right, yeah,
Plays a heart and it goes rough over rough. He's got 2, but yeah, he's cold. So I don't think he needed the double roughing finesse. But that was just for fun.
yeah, like if the guy didn't cover, he could have roughed and made the same play. Yeah, basically, he's not using the clubs.
I'm still not sure about that spade finesse, I've got to say.
I'm not sure about anything other than I would have still been thinking a trick one, I think. So you're not missing anything at the other table. They're slowly, very slowly playing the 4 spade deal where they had the Michaels bid against it, and Brad Morse kind of played a double dummy.
Yes, he knew what to do.
Well, they got the same auction at the other table.
Who's
The
playing
same
it?
Michaels bid. Same Michaels bid and Nick Nichols playing it. So there'll be 15 more deals today and then 60 tomorrow. And I know the lead is what, 42? That's basically nothing in a 120 board match. Of course, I'd rather be up to 42 than down, but that's not a big lead with this many deals. So David, your senior team, I see, has Jeff Mextroth and Zia Mahmood on the
Yes.
team.
Well,
And if they win this match, they can't be on your team.
Correct.
So what are you rooting for?
I always root for my friends to win,
Yeah, but all these people are your friends.
and I'm rooting for everyone to win. I will admit it's in my best interest for Nickel to win. But I don't know.
Yeah, but if Mextroth and Zia are not available, they're gonna have to pull in some people up the street to play with you.
Yeah, well, maybe Fred.
One of them might be me.
How old is Freddie?
Fred's not eligible for the seniors. I'm the youngest person eligible, I think. By a few months anyway. I'm gonna have to dye my hair gray. I better not say things like that. You can't say anything these days.
Everyone's your friend, don't worry about it.
Yeah, but in the politically correct era, I'm afraid to say anything when I give a lecture.
So Gru could claim now, right?
Yeah,
He's,
he did. Not
Oh.
only can he did.
the thing was, he felt, I think what he felt was if they didn't take the queen, he would make 7.
Yeah.
That was an,
Well, that was well done by Brad. Brad's made a few good decisions here. The last couple of boards for the Fleischer team. Well, Nickel has made his 4 spades. Looked to me like he took a line similar to the line Moss took with the Michaels bid. All right, so third seat Guru, is he going to upgrade that to a no trump? Yeah. What is the range?
it's clicked, it's shaded.
Oh, 12 to 16. He's white on red.
That's because they're playing
So
precision, it's on the
right.
count.
Right, so he didn't have to upgrade. So I think he's going to play in 1 no. Nobody's going to bid.
So the basketball game has just ended, everybody can.
Quiet. There's people taping it. Now they know it's not double overtime. You're the worst.
I know.
Let me tell the audience,
Who do you
I've
think?
known
is-
David for 35 years. He knows I record sports events and he always blows. You would think he'd
I'm
learn.
seeing it. All right, so.
Yeah, but what about the people listening? You don't
I'm-
think there's any NBA fans who said, you know what? I can do 2 things. I can watch David and Larry,
Okay.
and then I can go watch my basketball game.
I'm
And
let-
you just
The chat is open. I will give you $1 for everyone who chats you saying they're doing that.
I can't read the chat. I'll give everyone $2 if you chat to Tracy that David just blew it for you.
Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right. 1 no.
At any rate, Hampson led what I would have led, which was the 9 of diamonds.
I would have led a spade.
One of the comments was, we know why the partnership ended.
Well, playing with these tablets is a blessing. I'm really anxious to play now in the seniors. I don't even have to be in the same room as David.
So
He's playing
black
spades
goes
out of his
to
hands.
Gru's best suit.
Oh, I see. He should.
We have another comment. I don't watch basketball, but I enjoy giving David grief. So count me in.
Thank you. Another one of my friends. That's probably one of my kids.
I think it's your almost kid.
I think I'm going to give David the Yankee score and the Mets score. I have it here on my other screen, David.
While we were.
David's going to watch both of those games later.
No, not true. I zipped through while we were playing a dull hand. And
You're watching baseball as you commentate on bridge.
It was a dull hand, and I zipped through the Devils. So I'm done zipping.
Don't stop. There's hockey fans. Now they know that
Nobody.
Someone muscle David. Tracy, can you mute him? Do you have the power?
I can.
Can you please
It
mute
seems that
David?
people seem amused by it. So did you know who made that comment though, David?
His son?
Adam Kaplan.
Exactly. See, that's why he can be an honorary Berkowitz.
There's going to be no sports fans left who can watch our broadcast.
Oh, and somebody has a really
things.
cute comment. The NBA announcers politely have not divulged the bridge scores here.
That's right.
Oh, so they're better than we are. Speaking of other sports, I did notice that the Chess Federation, in the middle of a $10 million lawsuit, or maybe more, about cheating has decided to push off their decision. We don't have that problem. We just fold. We let the cheaters cheat sometimes.
Well, I doubt there's cheating in this event.
No.
I saw Jeff Hampson, it's probably controversial, but I'll say it anyway. Jeff Hampson had a comment on Bridge Winners about this event being played with the tablets. And he said, ironically, this event, the US team trials, is the only event he feels he's never been cheated in. And now they're using the tablets to prevent cheating in this event. Am I in trouble for saying that? I don't know, but that's, he wrote it. It's there on Bridge Winners.
Yeah. One of my old sponsors, Mark Gordon, the late Mark Gordon, a wonderful man, when he retired in like 2018 or so, 17, he said, I was going to play for the rest of my life, but I've been cheated so much I can't play anymore. So people are getting driven out of the game. It's a terrible thing.
It's not fun to analyze one no, but it looks like Gru has gotten to a position where he is trying to decide whether to throw East in. And if East, so he has 6 tricks, and if he plays a heart, he knows East will have 2 hearts. And if East has ace and a club, he'll get his 7th trick from the king and the dummy. But if West has the ace of clubs, he has to leave a club. So he actually got to this position where he has to guess the ace of clubs.
Well, yeah, but a subtle hint is that with Queen 10, 9, 8 of clubs, Hampson might have led that. Right?
And that's why he guessed right, you
Ace
think.
10, 9, 8 of clubs, he would not.
But he doesn't know about the 10, 9, and 8. But he did have to guess the ace of clubs there.
Knows that he's got 4 clubs. He's got 4 good clubs and 4 good spades. He knew he was 4, 2, 3, 4. I think he had every reason to play him for not having the ace of clubs, having the ace of clubs from the lead. Okay. Next case. Joe Gru is open. A
All right,
stand.
so David, I know almost everyone overcalls one no, but I know how much you hate it as opposed to a double. But I think even you, if you were 3-2 the other way, you would double. You'd double with that shape. I know you hate one no with ace 6-3 in there too.
Ace 6-3 of clubs, I would not.
But club, this is clubs, and if you don't bid one no now, how are you gonna? Even I would bid one no, and I'm with you on. If it was 3-2 the other way, Mextroth would bid one no matter what.
Yeah, I know. Now, what about South?
Oh, hold on, there was just an 11M swing.
Guys,
Oh, they
yeah,
stopped. Yeah, they didn't get to 6 spades with the. Can we show Tracy maybe? This is the hand where Brad drove to 6 spades. Can we just take a look at the auction at the other table and we'll come. Well, yeah, we'll come right back to this.
Well,
Go back one deal. We'll come back to the deal on our screen, but let's see how they did not reach 6 spades with the ace, queen, 10, 6 of spades. You have to go back to the top and back. Yeah. So click on board 40 on the left. The little arrow. Let's see their auction. 1 heart pass, 1 spade and balancing seat.
do you think that's
North.
good enough to bid 2 spades, Larry?
Almost. Almost, and North splintered, and then South made a noise. And they rested in 4 spades. Okay, thank you, Tracy. So that was 11 more imps to Fleischer.
I think Nickel owed him another bid when South made another chance.
Okay, now back on our real deal where almost everyone except David would have overcalled one no. North bid 2 clubs. It looks like that must have shown diamonds, and South decided to pass it. Wait a minute, what's happening here? 1 club.
Okay, so what happened, Larry, was that when
Yeah.
1 club, 1 no, pass, double for takeout. Most people play that as major suit takeout, okay? When you double, open a minor and you double, you have the majors. That's what they play.
Oh, okay, I see what happened. 1 club, 1 no, North passed.
North now got back to 2 clubs because he knew his partner had the majors. And now they're having fun. It's gone 2 clubs double for takeout by Greco, who's not letting
That's
him.
hungry. That's
Hampson's,
really hungry.
well, I think Hampson's gonna probably be 2 hearts. And they may play another 4-3 fit. Now,
Don't you think that's too hungry to double 2 clubs for takeout there? Especially if double showed majors. What does it say on the double there? It says it says takeout of any suit.
right, well, it's usually takeout.
Of any suit. What
Most people play takeout of the other minor.
takeout of any suit. I guess it's on takeout of clubs, but boy, that
Brad,
sounds.
looking at Brad's hand, he knew.
Yeah, but wouldn't he want to be in diamonds anyway? Maybe he was afraid if 2 diamonds was passed or correct.
2 diamonds.
2 diamonds was probably passed or correct.
You'll notice, by the way, that they happen to have 8 spades and 7 hearts. And if they had made a takeout double like David would have, they'd be playing 2 spades. Just saying.
They'd be the only ones.
Well, what can I say? You know me.
I know.
Not only that, it's like I had a 15 count. It's not like I have a rock rib 17 count.
Well, 16.
Was
It's
okay.
You
not a
guys
bad-
on
it's not a bad
41.
16.
I need 18. I like to have 19.
So
Right.
on board 41, they played 1 no trump in the south. And at the other table, they're going to play 1 no trump in the east.
Yeah, they are in 1-0 and not a very exciting deal. But it did get to an exciting ending. So 2 hearts is very complicated, as most 4-3 fits are. He's going to try to rough a club in the dummy. He's going to expect the ace of diamonds is on side and be disappointed when it's not.
He's gonna
So
find out the hand right now because it's gonna go diamond, diamond. And he'll now everything will be clear.
So he's going to lose 2 diamonds and a club, and even if he loses
Oh,
2 heart tricks, he's okay. But he's in danger of losing 3 heart tricks because he might get a rough spade rough.
He is getting the spade rough.
But he's still okay if he takes gets the hearts right. But he's in danger now of not having the entries to do that.
Well, South had a takeout double of some suit. He opened the club. It must be a takeout. I think it needs to be a take. Uh-oh. All right, here comes the queen of diamonds. Maybe he'll play a trump.
Well, Brad knows pretty much everything now. He
Well,
knows his partner's whole shape.
he doesn't know how many spades everybody has. He doesn't know where the.
Well, he knows declarer has 4 hearts and 2 diamonds, and yeah, he knows the whole shape.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He knows declares 4-4 in the majors. I think declare is in some trouble here, isn't he? Let's see, another diamond, he would rough it. Heart to the king and the ace and a spade rough.
Yeah, but that's okay. That might be it.
No, but
He might make his jack.
he's a trick short. He's going to lose also the jack of hearts, isn't he?
Think
Did
he-
you click on the DDS for us, JC? I'm happy to cheat. Yeah, he can't handle it. Heart, king, ace, spade, rough, and then the defense is still going to get the jack of hearts.
Hampson and Greco are having quite a rocky set here. But I don't know what they could have. Would they have made 2 clubs? Assuming they take the diamond finesse. Let's say you get a king of spades and a trump. They have 4. They have 4 clubs, 2 diamonds and a heart. So they were gonna go plus against 2 clubs. 2 diamonds, on the other hand, was cold. 6 diamonds and 2 clubs and a heart was cold for 3. It's pretty
But
scary.
maybe he should have been making two hearts here. He also knew from he could have suspected South short suit was diamonds because he knew
Uh-huh.
from the spade lead that maybe he could have played it better. Who knows?
All right. So we'll grow up, grade that to a 14 to 16 no trump. I say yes.
David, I have good news for you. Marty Fleischer thought that he should make a takeout double of one club with the 16 count, and he did.
Thank you.
Bad news, though. He's defending against two diamonds, which is going to make
Oh,
it's one no
Reno,
showing what was the range? 12 to 16? No. What was the range of this one no?
14 to 16.
14 to 16. Notice North did not even look for spades. Not even puppets, not even regular Stamen.
Now, wait a second. What about Paul Greco?
He's gonna might lead a spade.
He
If
might
that's a
have
second.
4 hearts.
Oh, no, best 3 now. No, but West might lead he has King Jack 9 fourth of spades twice in a row.
He'll lead
I
a
don't
spade.
think
That won't hurt him.
Greco's not gonna bid. But look at North South, who you would think they'd bid 4 spades with this layout. And again, it's a 4-1 break. It reminds me, well, I'm not going to bring it up because too controversial people, but it has something to do with suits not breaking this set. 4 spades looks to be a better contract than 3 no, right?
Yeah, you could rough a heart and dummy.
Yeah, on the other hand, in 3 no, though, if they
You could
lead,
rough a
say,
club and dummy.
right, but in 3 no, if the suit they lead is 4-4, you have 9 top tricks. Say they lead a heart and they're 4-4, you just bang diamonds from the top and you lose 2 diamonds and two hearts. So if you're in 3 no and they lead a suit that's splitting 4-4, you're fine.
Well, this hasn't given away a trick.
Well, Declare is just going to go after diamonds, right?
Yeah.
He's going to play the queen of spades and then the king of diamonds.
You
No,
can't
no
afford
queen of
to.
spades. Well, he's just going to play a diamond to the king and bang away at diamonds. 9 tricks, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Those diamond spots are beautiful.
Well, a triumph for the 14 to 16 no trump, I'd say.
I don't know why he didn't play the queen of spades, though. Wasn't that a free over trick?
Probably.
I guess not, because they could just bang out 2 spade tricks.
Yeah. Wasn't free.
They can still bang out 2 spade tricks.
But you know, it didn't look like he led the 7 of spades from Jack 10, 9, 7, right? Although you have some students who would do that. 4th best.
I already got in trouble once. I'm not going to say anything bad about my students again. If I ever say anything about my students, I'm talking not about you who's listening, but someone worse than. Never mind. I love my students. I do. It's my favorite part of bridge.
All right.
So the other tables finally caught up. They're on 43 as well now.
So
Yeah,
it's-
South with the South hand, Rough Cats opened a diamond. They're still probably going to get to 3 no, but they might get there with giving
Well,
away
it's
more
gonna go a
information.
diamond past the spade, 3 hearts.
Yeah, it might not be so easy then. So another good reason we've seen at this table is pretty much good results for the Fleischer team, and everyone at this table knows it. They know that Moss and Grew are having a pretty good set, and vice versa.
Yeah, and at the other table, Fleischer made 1080 on some hand, and the nickel missed a slam. A few other good things happened.
And someone in the audience noticed on board 43 that it had beer potential.
Oh,
That
that's
long diamond
Richard,
suit.
David and I. You have to be under 30 to think about the beer card. That's to take the last trick with the 7 of diamonds, yeah. Definitely had potential. All right, so precision diamond could be short, but it is not. A normal 2 club overcall, not a takeout double with that shape. A normal negative double. Will South bid 3 clubs
Normally,
vulnerable? Oh,
Three diamonds with these diamonds, but the king of clubs is now garbage. So he's gonna have an easy 2 diamond bid, I think.
yeah,
And-
players white on red. The reason he didn't open 3 diamonds is that he's got too much. They might open 3 diamonds without any of those high cards.
So I think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna go 2 diamonds, 3 club cupid, 3 no. And declare is gonna once again get to decide how to play the diamonds for all the money. We can all see that in the local duplicate, you could take 3 spade finesses and a dime finesse and make $1 million. But we don't have the luxury of seeing all the hands.
Well, the percentage play in diamonds is low to the queen, but I don't know that the 2 club overcall should change that at all.
And you won't take the spade finesse because that's a practice finesse. You need 7 diamonds, a club, and 1 spade. You don't need 2 or 3 or 4 spades.
I might double 3 clubs with Gru's hand. Because when my partner, he did. My partner's likely going to be on lead against 3 no, and I don't want him to take a shot at, like, poke out a major from 4 to the king when I have the jack of 3rd of clubs in his suit. So I like it.
Over 3 no now.
I think so. He's not embarrassed. Yeah, I mean, yes, he opened so-called light, but he's got maybe opposite the king of diamonds. With a club lead, he's got 8. He's looking at 8 tricks, so I'm not embarrassed to bid 3 no.
So
they're
a good
they're gonna.
tip,
Yeah,
a
go
good
ahead.
tip for your people is when they win the queen of clubs at trick 1, which they should do, they
Mhm.
should play the 10 of diamonds, because you never know when somebody has king, jack, and 1 and they're going to cover. It can't cost you anything.
That's right.
Always going to play low to the queen, but you shouldn't play low to the queen. You should play the 10 to the queen.
Right, and similarly, you might have like 5, it's gone 1 spade, 4 spades, and dummy has 5 to the 10. And in your hand, you have ace, queen, 9, 5th. You might as well leave the 10. You never know what you're gonna catch on your line.
Or a very famous hand is jack 5th opposite ace, king, 9, 5th.
Mhm.
You should lead the jack. You never, there he goes, 10 of diamonds. Good play, Jeff. Now the queen would be a better play.
I feel badly here for Jeff. He's had a rough set. And he knows it's going poorly. And here he is with a guess that's just brutal. I mean,
Well, I mean, he knows South didn't raise. That's all he knows. I don't know.
there was a hand in the previous set, David, you were broadcasting, where Chip Martell had a similar guess and went up with the ace, and the
That's what he
king
had
was
last week.
onside. So on the deal where North South bid 3 no with 1 no 3 no with the jack 10 9 8 7 6 of diamonds, the
Yes.
other table got to 3 no doubles. Diamond, 1 spade overcall, and East West didn't bid too much. He got it right. He's going to be so happy. He's going to be first thing that's gone right in like the last hour for them. What a pleasant sight is. That
So
is.
the question is, will he claim 9 or will he?
I don't think so. I think, they're North, when he runs all those diamonds, North isn't going to be happy. And there's a very good chance for several over tricks. So I think he's going to play this out.
Yeah, especially since South didn't raise with the king of diamonds, and if he had the king of spades, he probably would have raised.
Yeah, and he might get to a position where he can safely take the finesse, because North is going to have to throw away a lot of those
You
clubs.
never know. North could throw a couple of spades playing his pawn there for the 10 of spades.
Well, I think North's gonna keep the king guarded. He doesn't want the king to come up. So, yeah, I think this is worth playing it out. They have 15 minutes left on the clock and one board to go, and it could be several over tricks, so I don't blame them. So Reno doubled. Wonder if we should switch over to the other one. What do you think, David? Should we switch to the other table?
For a minute, go ahead.
There's only one deal left here. All right. This is the position at the other table. 3-0 doubled by North, 10 of spades leave. I think this will be fun. So if declarer ducks this,
He'll lose 2 spades and 2
they can
diamonds.
switch to clubs.
Uh-huh.
It's worse than that. But shouldn't declarer, doesn't he have a claim by winning it and just playing diamonds? Notice the bidding. South opened a diamond, West bid a spade. He has a 9 tricks. Just win the ace of spades and blast diamonds, right?
Right, but
What is going on here? That can't be right.
The setting trick.
What is going on?
Well, because he didn't know Nick, he was playing his partner for 2 spades. But what's
Oh
it?
my goodness. So declarer can win the ace of spades and just knock out the ace queen of diamonds 4, 5. That's 9 top tricks.
Well, so now he's gonna make.
When he
10.
ducked the spade, West could have won it. And the club switch, although he might switch to hearts, would have, so
He's gonna
this
make-
ended up being,
This is gonna be 9. His partner overcalled 2 hearts. I don't see how he was gonna find the club switch.
this is gonna be 10 tricks, David.
Oh,
No, he'll drive out the spade. He'll drive out the spade.
Yeah.
But
Okay, it's only 5.
wow.
Switch
All right.
back.
Thank you, Tracy. We got there just for the big moment of truth there. And this is our final deal. 1 spade pass, 2 spades all pass. Not an auction I never want to see. David, I would have balanced with the east hand. I know. Does that scare you?
What would you have done? What would you have balanced?
I would have been 2-0, 2 places to play. You would have,
With the 3 diamonds, you would.
and I'd bid 3 hearts and we'd be in 3
probably-
hearts. What can I tell you? I announced it in public. It's probably extremely
wrong?
dangerous, but I
You're-
can't afford to be -110. It kills me even at IMS. So what's gonna happen? 2 spades. It's gonna be okay. So anyway, thank you, of course, to Jan Martell, who's been behind the scenes going crazy, fielding complaints and putting out fires and running this event. And Jan, if you can hear me, I hope you're hanging in there. Tracy, thank you
She's got
for
another 2 weeks ahead of her.
Tracy, thank you for being our support staff.
Thank you, Tracy. You got my email.
Yes, and thank you so much, Larry, for volunteering. And David, we're going to take you on this summer in the junior fundraiser that we're going to be putting on. Details to come later. And so sorry about the little bit of the hiccups in the beginning, guys.
No
I'm
problem.
David. Oh, and for everyone who's gonna watch sports later, you don't have to, because David's giving you all the results.
I didn't give you
So-
the results. I didn't tell you who won. You could watch.
All right, thank you, everyone. Who's
Oh,
doing
one
the next set? Who's coming on for the next broadcast? Usually it's
Ah.
Mike Gamble.
One
Yeah,
more.
no, Amber Lynn and Kevin Rosenberg.
One more. Larry.
Oh,
The Jets
yes.
31-28.
Yeah, they'll blow it.
Are you guys not going to watch the last?
What is this? There's another board. Oh, we'll go to the other table. Sure, why not?
Watch this.
Sure, full
This was the
service.
hand this was the hand that Hampson guessed. By playing a diamond to the queen. I think the auction will go the same. I think Larry has a good idea that the double of 3 clubs is a very good bid.
So let me say something about here. You see Nickel and Katz. They play the second and third set each day, which I think is a good idea, because traditionally the team sponsor would always play the first and second set out of 4, and that meant one of the pro pairs had to play 3 in a row, sit out the first and play 2, 3, 4. This way, when your sponsor pair plays 2 and 3, your pro pairs don't have to play 3 in a row. They get a rest. One of them sits out the second, one of them sits out the third. Right now, Steve Weinstein and Bobby Levin are resting. I hope they're resting and not watching this, because if they're watching this, it's going to be making them sick. David, how did we do when we were sitting out and watched VUGRAPH? Was that ever? Hi, Lisa. Hi, Dave. When David and I used to sit out and watch VUGRAPH, it was
Ralph did not double, which I
It was-
think is not good.
Are you still going to lead a club? It was very bad for our health to watch our teammates on VUGRAPH.
Well, in the heyday of the nickel squad, okay, they would play 1 and 2 because whenever they were playing against a client team, the other client would play 1 and 2. They would give the seed, and in the second quarter, Maxworth and Rodwell would choose to play against the client and try to kill him. That was one of their modus operandis.
Mhm.
Okay, so there was a reason for them doing that. So Nick,
Well, they could do that anyway. They could waive the seed and have
no,
Jeff and Eric come in on the second set and play the client.
play the first set. They always waived, yeah. Well, they waived the seed and played Maxworth and Rodwell against the client in the second set. That's what they almost always did. All right, so it's gonna go 9 of clubs, queen. You think Marty's gonna play the 10 of diamonds?
Yeah, there is a slight extra thing going for you here. I mean, it's not a great thing, but let's say you play the queen of clubs and the diamond finesse loses. And sometimes North doesn't know that your king of clubs is now singleton. You know, you could have another club.
Most pairs give count.
Oh, yeah, against, right. There should be, most expert defenders will have a way to know.
The jack of
Right.
clubs is actually, could be a good card, but no, partners led the 9, which shows the 10.
Yeah, so if that's standard count, now even if the 10 of diamonds were to lose to the singleton king, North should know that the king of clubs is now singleton.
So do you think Marty will play the 10 of diamonds? Make your prediction.
Yes.
I say yes to.
Well,
Uh-oh. Dum. This could tighten the matchup here. They only made 3. Oh, no, he's made it. They only made 3 at the other table, Larry.
well, we stopped watching because we had to flip over to this channel. You think he'll remember to play the 10 of diamonds now? I'd say it's much more important at this point.
I would say it's 1,000.
Yeah, good play.
He
Now,
should've-
if you misclick that, see, here's the problem with tablets, okay? Say he clicked the 4 of diamonds by mistake and blocked the suit. Can he
Okay.
call the director and say he misclicked, and who's to say he didn't misbring?
I need an undo. If he
Yeah,
said
but
it would be the same thing as the oh shit hand.
what if he plays the 4 of diamonds, looks up at the screen and says, oh my goodness, the 10's still there. Oh, I meant to play the 10. Who's
Right,
gonna
but-
say if it was a misclick or a misbrain?
We probably lose.
Well,
All right.
that's the problem.
Thank you, Larry.
Or no, wait, we have one, don't go. We have one more deal. It was a boring deal.
No, we don't. Oh, on this,
Yeah,
you could
yes,
take
they're
it.
gonna, it was the 1 spade past 2
You might
spades,
not-
maybe. Chip
might
might
not-
balance. Chip understands.
I'm gonna put on my sneakers. You may not believe this, but I have dinner plans. You wanna come?
Dinner, I'm just glad you didn't give me another baseball score. Goodbye.
I gave you the jet score, 31-28.
All right, good. Have a good dinner. It's bedtime here.
Enjoy, David. And
All right, I'm
send you an
gonna
email.
stay with you, Tracy, for the final deal. And I'm gonna see if Chip Martell balances over 1 spade past 2 spades.
I'll give you 3-1
Okay.
if he doesn't.
He is vulnerable and he is doing pretty well in the match.
3-1 says he doesn't do it. Want to bet?
No, because people they don't do it. I'm the biggest balancer in the world next to Marty.
Also,
Bird.
1 spade plus 2 spade shows.
Oh,
it-
David, you're on camera. Can you
Take
your
take your
belt.
Zoom off?
I'm
Yeah,
just
take your
letting
belt,
you
take your
know.
belt off the camera.
Only a belt I needed to, I'm losing so much weight, I had to tighten it.
Just making sure. Try to
You
keep
could
it
turn off
PG.
your camera. That's David's office in Boca Raton, Florida.
Well, I wonder if Jeff and Eric are going to sit the next set out and take a break.
Jeff and Eric. No, they're gonna play. Nickel and Katz are out the next set. So the nickel team will field its star-studded lineup. And I think Martell and Fleischer just played 2 and 3. Did quite well. But I think they're gonna probably rest. I don't think they're gonna play 3 in a row.
Yeah, the Fleischer team almost could do no wrong.
So it'll be the lineup we saw in the first segment, I'm guessing. All right, so 1 spade past 2 spades, a little heavy for 2 spades, but I don't think that hand's worth a 1 no and then a limit raise or. So 1 spade past 2 spades, pass, and see, I know East is vulnerable, but I just, what can I say? I've made a living out of not letting them play in 2 spades. If I go for 800, I go for it, but I know I'm in the minority. Well, anyway, it's a moot point because they responded 1 no. David, our bet is canceled because Ralph responded 1 no.
What's he treating that as? Why would he not be?
He's gonna show a 3-card limit raise.
He doesn't have it.
Well, yeah, he's got 9 high, a 5-card
With
suit,
1 spade, 2
2
spades.
10s. Vulnerable at imps.
Well, that's
He
nice, but 3 spades will probably make, right?
Nickel might bid 4.
Not with that crap.
He's got 14 high,
If he
a
bids,
singleton.
he's gonna bid 3 no. That has at least a chance.
David,
Well-
you might want to sit.
He doesn't care. Everyone's seen this. Yeah, see, he
That's
bid
right,
4
Alex.
spades. Now, 4 spades does have play, the 10-9 doubleton of spades with West, for example, right?
Getting the king of clubs through, for example. But this is more imps to Fleischer. The king of clubs will not make now. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, so he's gonna lose
Enjoy.
a trick in each suit at least, and if they shift to diamonds, which I think they will, they'll get a diamond rough as well, because he'll try to run the queen of spades and suffer a diamond rough as well. So I think it's gonna go down 2. Ace of clubs, and now they lead 3rd and 5th, so that opening lead is going to be readable as a 5-card suit because declarer showed spades and diamonds. So Fleischer knows that that's a singleton king, and yeah, he's going to shift to a low diamond, and he's going to be able to give his partner a rough. So it's going to be down 2. It's going to be 8 imps. That's a fairly big swing for a dull, what we thought might be a dull board. And that will make the lead 61 for Fleischer with 75 deals left. I mean, that's 61 is at this point, you know, if they posted a betting line, you'd have to say the Fleischer team is, you know, pretty decent favorite, but I've seen those leads vanish in no time. I'm getting a text. Did I do the math wrong? It's not 61. What did I do wrong? Uh-oh, my phone's ringing. I wonder how many things I've said wrong. It's a text from Michael Berkowitz. Ace and a spade, no rough. Well, why is he playing ace and a spade? He's not giving up on his chance to make it. Wasn't his chance to make it the 10-9 doubleton of spades on side? So it's like he's playing safe for down 1. He could have won the diamond in his hand, played the queen of spades, and 10-9 doubleton of spades. He would have made it. Or sometimes they don't, I don't know. I would have tried to make it. All right, so it's only going to be 6 imps and a 59 imp lead. And the clock says 48 seconds. So maybe someone should claim. Now they are giving time penalties. It was published in the conditions of contest. There's a lot of debate online about it. I agree with penalties for slow pay. I think they're maybe a little too extreme, need to be refined a little. All right, well, thank you, everyone, and
Thank you,
enjoy
Larry.
the rest. Bye.
And then next up is going to be Amber Lynn and Kevin Rosenberg, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much.